Well, hello there, and welcome to my channel. Let me start off by telling you a little bit about myself, my channel, and what I would like to communicate with my channel. So my name is Steven. I come from a little town in BFE, middle of nowhere, United States. I will be the potato. My channel will be my views, my outlooks, and my speculations on what the frick is going on in the world. So I come from a religious background. Now that I was religious in my younger years and not so much in my older years. But with that history, I have gotten an understanding of certain things like the patriarchy and how it was imperative to the religion that I was part of. I thought for the longest time that was synonymous with society, with civilization. As I've gotten out into the world and I've seen the big wide world, I moved from my little town to another little town. I was close enough to a big city to experience different worldviews. I come from scouting. I am an Eagle Scout, so I try to do my best to clean up where I go. I did my fair share of outreaches. I did the roadside cleanup and the riverside cleanup with the scouts, so I did my fair share of the ecosystem cleanup. So as I got out and see the different views in the big city, my worldview was tested. I started to see that things like the patriarchy, down with the patriarchy, smash the patriarchy, men are trash. Why are men trash? When 80% still occupy the hardest of the jobs, we, men, are still the ones that provide the infrastructure that women enjoy. We men, myself included, because I am a brick and stone mason, I own my own company, and I do contracting work. So we are the ones who provide the infrastructure for women. Yes, it's for other men as well, for ourselves included. But when we wake up in the morning, most men think on how we can make our wives, our significant others, our kids' lives better. So why are all men trash? Why am I trash? So I want to talk about the patriarchy, the idea of the hellscape that is dating. I want to talk about men's mental health. I want to talk about the fact that the month that is supposed to be men's mental health is laughed at, scoffed at by women. I don't know many men, I'm not saying they're not out there, but I don't know many men that scoff at women's mental health. I personally don't, but I know women who scoff at mine. So I'm curious on what that's about, as well as the PTSD that both men and women deal with. I want to understand that on a deeper level. I worked in the oil field while I was out in the other state, and while I was there, I dealt with my own traumas, my own crazy, if you will. So I'm here to share my stories on that, for example, get some perspective and some outlooks on other people's views, as well as alternative energies. Because I was in the oil field, I understood oil. I understood what it took to create it. Well, not create it, but drill for it. Manufacture it. There we go. So I've done my own research on alternative energies. With alternative energies comes alternative foods, basically. Now, we're being pushed toward a particular type of alternative energy, wind and solar. But yet there's other alternative energies that we're not even focusing on. So I'm curious on other people's take on what might be more efficient if wind and solar isn't what we should be doing. I don't necessarily know if I agree with wind and solar. Now, wind has been around, wind turbines, windmills have been around forever. But wind turbines, the production of energy, has been around for over 130 years. So if we haven't perfected the art of it yet, are we going to? So I'm here to delve into some other routes of energy production. I'm here to discuss the new foods that are coming out, 3D printed and 3D lab grown. I want to discuss what that could be doing to the food system in general, the ecosystem in general. I will be doing some videos on the ecosystem and how we need to be in harmony with it. That's what's going to help the climate. I want to talk about the Second Amendment and why there's so many people that seem to think that we need to have that right removed. The ability to defend ourselves in the case of an event that is not the greatest. Why do we think that we don't deserve the ability to take on multiple aggressors with the same magazine? If our military can have it, the Second Amendment basically states that we should be able to have it. So why do we think we don't or shouldn't? I want to talk about the justice system in general and the rights that we have or think that we have. The rights that people think that are inherent or inalienable rights. Things that we should have or think that we should have. Why we do or don't have them. I want to get your views. Again, this echo chamber that we find ourselves in these days. I'm on here to get out of that echo chamber. I want to find people who disagree with my points of view so that I can test my points of view. I'm hoping to obviously change some minds so that we can get to a better way of life in general. Because again, I am degeneracy fatigued. All of it. The promiscuity, the theft, the pedo. On that subject, guys, I don't care if there's a list to be released or not. There are people to be held accountable. We need to be working to that end. I will go ahead and leave it at that for now. I would like to extend a welcome to anyone who would like to discuss their experiences in any of these areas of discussion. If you have a turbine in your backyard that you can see, is it something you love to see or something you hate to see? Do you like the idea of the patriarchy or do you hate the idea of the patriarchy? Those kind of things. I want some people to be able to talk to and get some feedback. So please take care of yourselves. Always remember your Second Amendment rights. If you like them, exercise them. Exercise your rights in general. If you like the freedom of speech, exercise it. For those of you outside of the United States, please take care of yourselves the best way that you know how. You're important just like all of us are important. Every last one of you. Please like, subscribe, and share so that others might laugh at me or with me, join in on the conversation, learn a thing or two maybe, and have some fun, hopefully. For now, I'll leave you with that and the potato signing off.